Hi everyone. Today we're doing the 9.4 work together, and the directions say using October of the current year, journalize the transactions for Golden Fabrics on page 10 of the Cash Payments Journal. The checks used as source documents are abbreviated as C. No C is needed as part of the check number. So the first transaction is on October 2nd, and it says wrote a check to Built-in Communications for telephone bill. So we're gonna this is a telephone bill. This is typically we can check the chart of accounts, but the telephone bill is going to most likely be it could be a communications expense or it could be a utilities expense. So we will do utilities expense. And then we are going to do a general debit for 124, cash credit for 124, and then the source document here is 521. So check 521. So we just put 521. Okay. So it's utilities expense is debited, cash is credited. Next one on the third, we wrote a check on account to Gray Manufacturing. So anytime you see wrote a check on account, we know that accounts payable is going to be the account that's utilized. Okay, so we're going to put the name of the vendor, Gray Manufacturing, and that is going to be debited. Or did I spell that wrong? Gray Manufacturing Incorporated, and that is going to be debited for 1,640. But it's telling us that we received a 2% discount. So we have to figure out what that 2% discount is. So we're going to take 1,640, multiply it by 0.02. That's 2%, 0.02. That's going to give us 32.80. That is the amount of our discount. Next, we're going to subtract the 2, so 1,640 minus 32.80 equals $1,607.02. So $1,607.02 or 20 cents. Okay. And then we put our source document, so 522. Next, we wrote a check to LPF Manufacturing for merchandise. So we purchased merchandise. So on the ninth, purchases is the account that we're utilizing. Um, and that is, we wrote a check, so we paid cash. So 1,575, 1,575 to cash credit, and then the source document is going to be 523. So anytime we see that phrase for merchandise, paid cash, or wrote a check for merchandise, purchases the account that we're utilizing. It's a general debit and then cash credit. Next, on the 12th, recorded the direct withdrawal of credit card fees from the bank. So that's going to be probably a miscellaneous expense unless there's some sort of bank fees in the chart of the accounts, which I don't see. So that's going to be a miscellaneous expense. And that is going to be for $64. So 64. Now, this is not a check as a source document, so we'll just put the M here. So M77. All right. Next, we on the 16th wrote a check on account to Westland Supply covering purchase invoice. So we wrote a check on account. So that means that we're going to utilize accounts payable. So we're putting the name of the vendor, Westland Supply, and this amount, because it says wrote a check on account, is going to go in the accounts payable column. $426. There's no discount, so 426 goes here as well. And then the source document is going to be on the 16th, 524. Okay. And then lastly, on the 31st, we're replenishing our petty cash fund. So if you look at the petty cash report here, it lists all of our different payments. So we have supplies office, got the dash. So supplies office debited for 48.15. Supplies store 57.18. And then miscellaneous expense 47.64. Now, next is cash shorten over. If there was a if it was over and this was in parentheses or negative, then it would be credited. But because it's not, it's a debit, so it's 105. And we are putting the credit amount at the top, so $1,154.02. So the amount replenishing is credited to cash, and that amount goes at the top, right here.